Okay. What do you guys think about religion and church and all that?
Depends on the perspective.
Um, so who do you think God is? What you think God is, and do you think, and what do you think God is?
Leader, creator of all things.
But do you have a perception that he is somewhere else? He lives somewhere else. Do you
Like in
what?
another. Huh? What?
Yeah. Do you think he lives? I want you guys to use the mic so I can hear. Do you think he lives somewhere? Do you think God looks like us? What do you think about God?
No, I don't think he looks like us. I don't think he's like a human.
Good. What do you think about God, Erica? You think he looks like us, lives somewhere?
Um. Oh, like I don't think he's the like lives the same place we are.
Yeah. You don't? You don't think you don't think he lives where we are? Joe, put this on you because your bit is so far. About you, Naya? You think God lives close to us or lives somewhere else? What's your idea, God? Okay. So, do you pray to God? Do you pray? Any of you guys?
Yeah.
You pray?
Yeah.
You pray, Erica? No? Okay. About church. What do you think about church? We all grew up in church. What do you think about church?
I think church helps certain people. But I don't think nowadays church. I don't think church is. It helps some people, as a community,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think religion wise I think it helps some people and it doesn't help other people. It's a community, so I guess it depends on who.
Yeah. And why you think some people struggle and some people like why you think we have poor people on the street?
They didn't have the knowledge before
Knowledge about what?
how to live life. Like there's no like playbook or anything. They just kind of have to go through it.
Uh, and what do you think, Erica? Why we see all those poor people on the street? Why you think happened to them? Do you think God loved them even though they're poor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Why you think happened to them? Why they're poor?
I don't know, just like certain disadvantages in life, I guess.
Oh, that's fair. How about sickness? What do you guys think about sickness?
It's inherited.
You think so?
Yeah. I think it's inherited in certain cases, like cancer and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. And what do you think, Erica? What do you think? Why do you think people get sick?
No.
Yeah, yeah. So what if I think? What if I say to you, that we all are gods? What would you think?
I don't think that's accurate
Why?
because God is not like a being. It's like a belief. I don't think humans have that type of strength because we kind of have like that freedom thing going on. So I don't believe that we're gods. I think we're the product of, but I don't think we're the direct form of it.
Yeah, we're not the direct form of it, but we are the product of. Because um, I agree with you that God, I think God is energy. We call it consciousness. And it's, and God vibrates at a certain frequency that makes um, it, you could say it, invisible. So, um, so what God did, He created us. So what if I say to you, He created us and is experiencing life through us?
Yeah, that's accurate.
You think that's accurate?
Yeah,
Okay. So, but if God is in us, why do we depend on other people to help us?
because it's community based. I mean, we're not here on Earth alone. So,
Yeah, that's true. But if we are gods and God live within us, we're not the source, but we just like your children will be part of you. You can't separate, right?
right.
It's that's how we are with God. But if we're gods, why can't we heal ourselves? Why can't we think about money and money comes? Why can't um, why you have poor people? Why are we voting? Why are we voting to for people to lead us? Why we need leaders?
Well, that's because we have knowledge. I don't think like that's how it started. We
Exactly.
have knowledge of things. We know more than what was intended for us to know. So I feel like the reason why we think about money, we want money, and the goal is to have money, or why we have a bureaucratic system is because we have knowledge. So I don't think that was his intention based off of like the whole Adam and Eve story, but it just is what it is now because we have that knowledge.
Yeah, but we have knowledge, or knowledge was taught to us based on where we live and based on who we in this world. Our knowledge was taught to us because when we were born, they told us, "Oh, this is a car, this is a bus, this is this is so and so," right? So our knowledge was taught to us based on that. Let me turn it up. So what I want to tell you guys, and the only way of proving me wrong is try it and it doesn't work for you. What I came into the knowledge is um, it's not totally opposite of what we learned in church, but it shows me that I create my reality. You believe that whatever you're going through, it's you're created it, and how you do that. You have an idea how you do that? Create. Some people would say it's the choices they make. You think that, Jill?
When creating their story.
Yeah, like what if we're struggling, whatever we find ourselves right now, we're struggling and we're not living the life that we want. You think we created?
Not by ourselves.
Oh yeah, we create by ourselves. We create by ourselves. Um, I found out that no one can affect your reality. Whatever you're going through, no one can have powers over it. Well, maybe if you were born in a rich family and you automatically be rich because that's the life you know. But I find out that because you have the God energy within you, whatever you think it and feel, that's what happens in your life. So if you think, they always tell us you could be whatever you want to be. You believe that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we are, if whether now or maybe in the future, you find yourself in a position, all you gotta do, it's up you. It's up to you to be like, no, I don't want to be here. Whatever you want. It's the universe is limitless. There's a lady says the universe always say yes by your thoughts, just thinking about it. whatever you want. You don't have to kneel down and pray and baptize and what they tell us in church. You just got to know that within you live the power of God. And whatever you think, if you think bad things about other people, that can happen too. But the law of the universe is you reap what you sow, and you can't hurt somebody else. So what I wish I knew growing up, how much my thoughts and my emotions create my reality, because I am creating my own reality because I have that God power living within me. I'm just God made flesh walking around. And I, at any time, any sickness, any lack, just by me thinking that I'm God, I can't get sick. I'm not supposed to get sick. My head not supposed to hurt. My tummy not supposed to hurt. I'm not supposed to have cancer. You know, because God doesn't have cancer and I shouldn't. And you hear about Jesus and all that growing up in church. I think that's what Jesus came here to tell us. And that's why he was killed. That, listen, you don't need Trump, you don't need Kamala. You don't need not even your parents. You just need them as support, and they're not always going to support you. You know, some people go as far as says you chose your parents before you came here, whether you want to believe it or not. You know, I can't believe I chose especially my father. I can't believe I chose him. But it just saying whatever everything in our lives we control it. And another thing I wish I'd known is, all right, say you have a family, you have a you grew up, you have a husband, and you'd be like, my husband is so and so. Do you know your husband is just reflecting whatever is going on in you? No one told us that. Because you, with your thought and your thinking, you brought your husband to you. You know, you brought that man to you. So that man is not capable of loving the way we think we're supposed to be loved. The best thing is for us to love ourselves. You know, they taught us. They taught us growing up, oh, women, we should cook and clean, and for husbands and this and that. No, it's a 50-50. It's 50-50. Men's supposed to play their role, women's supposed to play their role. We're supporters, we're caretakers, we love. They provide for the families, for their families. And if we can understand that when you find a partner, the way you behave with your partner shows what's going on inside you. If you're worried about your partner not loving you the way you should be loved, that means you have some stuff going on inside of lack of love for yourself. You know, it's all. If I had known, I want you guys to know that if I had known, it would have helped me a lot of pain growing up. You know, it would have helped a lot of pain that I create my reality. Whatever I'm going through, I create my reality because that's the God, that power that lives within me. You could I call it source, I call it Father, Mother, God. And another thing I want you guys to understand, that as much as our eyes shows, oh, we're solid and we're visible and that's not the true us. When you think giving your thoughts, give it, oh, Jelia, you go over Debbie today and all that. That's your higher self. And if you guys don't get anything from this conversation, I want you to know anything. Prove me wrong. I want you to prove me wrong one of these days. Anything you're feeling, Jelia, uh, Erica, you feel your tummy ache, you say, I give it to my higher self. Because that's the true you. We're energy, we do not die. And that's another thing because I grew up I was so scared of dying growing up. We're energy beings. So when we die, it's just the flesh goes down and the true you go back to wherever dimension you're going back. I was so scared of dying growing up. So, if you guys don't get anything from this, remember anything you're going through, anything, you say you give it to my higher self. Because when we came to this earth, we didn't come by ourselves. And we're not talking about our mother, father, no. You have your angels. Most importantly, you have your higher self. And your higher self um, is interceding for us, is making sure we make the right decision, is keeping us in the right path. So, if you feel sick, I give it to my higher self. If you can't find a job, if you can't find a job you want that pay you and you're struggling financially, whatever, you're struggling emotionally, you listening, Erica? Any area you can't find a husband, please, if it doesn't work, call me up and says, Debbie, it doesn't work. But remember, you don't think how it's gonna happen. You just gotta be open to how it's gonna happen. You give everything to your higher self. When we pray, that's who we're praying to anyway. Our higher self. So we came to this earth equipped to live heaven on earth. Not when we die and go to heaven and hell. There's no hell. And there's no heaven. Hell is where we're at when we don't know who we are. That we don't know that we're God beings and everything in this world affects us. That's hell. Doesn't it feel like hell sometimes? Yeah, that's hell. Heaven is when you understand who you are. That you are not the sun. Whatever this, just because of the lights and everything coming in, we look solid, but we're not solid. This is what Jesus wanted to let us know. Should we worship Jesus? Jesus is our brother. Yeah. Yeah, should we worship Jesus? Yeah? Should we worship him? And telling you this is not for you to go out there and judge anybody. I just want you guys to know because I come into this knowledge and I wish I knew this. Any fear, I'm always fearful. I'm fearful of flying. I was fearful of driving on the highway. I was fearful. I was so fearful. If you're fearful, you give this fear to my higher self. That's all your prayer is going to be. That's all your prayer is going to be. And that's all I want you guys to know. All right, last. Anything else? Anything you want to say? Sure? You understand what I said? You believe what I said?
I understand it.
You understand it? Okay. And if whatever I'm saying is true, you're gonna see the universe is gonna bring this knowledge. I want you guys to say something. Say something about what I just said. You understand what I just said? Understand, Joe?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I want you guys to know. All right? Because I wish I knew it growing up. Okay? And going into the future, this is what it's going to be. Church, there's not going to be any church. No. Church is done. All that. It's done. Yeah. That's the future is your children and everyone growing up now, they're understanding what there's It's everything you need is within us, basically. All right. Thank you for listening. All right.